program like that, he's not going to get the roles that he thinks he's going to get. That's not to say that Hugh was right, because he wasn't right. But he wasn't going to go to St. John's and play the way he thought he was going to play.
He's from the Bronx, right? He's from the Bronx.
12 to 2 for Georgetown. That's like how
Just the next coach will bring it.
Silas Every Jr. and Tyrus Reed Jr. Coach Hurley will be along momentarily. Find my attention and I'll try to.
You seem like it. It's yeah. Make it all the way to the top, bro. Yeah, this'll do.
Guys, Silas, you had the 2 fouls in the first half, kind of limited you, and in the second half, really had a lot to do with the holding on for the win. You just, without being boastful, does that show how valuable you are to this team, that you need to be out on the floor?
I say, yeah, coach is hard on me about not picking up those fouls early. I think the impact I have for the team and what I can do defensively helps us get going, and I think I kind of let the team down in the first half. Just got to be smarter and be more aware of how the refs are calling the game, and just pick and choose my spots when to be aggressive on the defensive end. But I think we were able to, coach got into me at halftime, and the guys kind of picked me up, and we were just able to come out there in the second half and kind of just respond.
And Tyrus, you made up for the free throw shooting the other night tonight, but how do you guys explain, it happens, but 2 for 8 from the line in the last 2 minutes, and from some guys who you expect to make them?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we got walked away with the win, and that's a blessing of it. So definitely gonna learn from this and make it more of an emphasis on the free throw line. Definitely in practice, shoot more before practice. So we have to be better at that area, because we hit our free throws, we put the game away. Simple as that.
For either player, talk about your stick-to-itiveness in the second half. They made a surge, and you guys just chipped away and walked away with it.
I just think that's a testament to us just being resilient, and when adversity hits, responding the right way. I think we've been in a bunch of games the past couple weeks where we had to fight to the end, and I think those games kind of help prepare us outside of practice, just being ready for when a team makes a run like they did, and just being able to respond and still be able to make plays and not drop our heads.
Yeah.
First half, you guys, they ran a lot of 2-3s, various 2-3 zones, and then switched out of man at various times, almost randomly. Did that throw you guys for a loop at all in the first half?
I feel like for a little bit, but offensively, we have to be able to trust the work we put in, especially during practice, knowing that we could play a lot of off-script basketball, and we didn't do that as well in the first half. A little bit better in the second half, but after this, learning from it, watching film on it, knowing that we have to play a little bit more freely out there and really be able to read the defense and really play our game.
Oh, okay. Terrence, did you feel like you had a physical advantage, coming into this game, because especially in the first half, you were moving bodies in there. Did you just feel like you had that physical advantage?
Coming in the game was just knowing that we're going to make an emphasis of throwing the ball down low and just really being smart and patient when I get the ball in the post. And I feel like just playing my game, trusting in the work I put in, and trusting in my teammates. That's the biggest thing, and just going out there, playing hard, playing physical, playing for each other.
And did you feel like, because there was so much attention on you to at least hit you on the box out in the second half, it seemed like your teammates got to a lot of 50-50 balls on the offensive rebounds that caused fouls and all those type of things? Do you think that when you guys set a physical type of tone, that everyone benefits from that?
Yeah, coach says it all the time. We have to be tone setters, especially for this guy right here. We brought him in. He done set the tone for multiple games, and I feel like that's going to be a big thing that's going to carry on to all of us. And I feel like on the offensive glass, that was a big thing for us, just really attacking the offensive glass with all we got.
Darius, how did the game change? Maybe you mentioned it already, but after you scored 11 of the first 13, how did the game change? Maybe the way they guarded you and the physicality down there.
I gotta give all credit to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, man. Just going out there, playing in front of thousands of people is such a blessing, and just walking in the game, just all credit to him. And I got the hot hand the first half, and really just knowing that the Georgetown, they were going to change the defensive schemes on me and really just being patient. I mean, Coach told me if I catch the ball in the post and they trap, trust the work I put in, be able to read the defense, read defenders, and hit the open man.
More for the athletes over here, and then
For both of you guys, what does Coach preach to you guys at practice for you guys to be prepared for moments like today where the crowd plays a major factor?
Silas, go first.
I probably just say he just preaches us playing hard. I think playing hard is half the battle, and especially playing in the Big East. I think every team plays as hard as they can, and I think sometimes we've lacked playing hard the whole game. And we're trying to put together a full 40 minutes of playing hard, and I think that's why we go so hard in practice. So in the game, it's easy to roll over into the game. So we just got to continue to keep trying to play hard and put together a full 40.
Two more, Amon, and then back here.
Along those lines, I mean, Coach Hurley has mentioned wanting to see more of a killer instinct out of you guys. Terrace, how do you think you guys have done on that front as it relates to playing a full 40, but also being at your best throughout?
Yeah, I feel like we haven't done a good job of it this year, and I feel like we must do a better job moving forward, especially in the Big East, knowing that the more we play, more teams are going to scout us, the harder the games get. And like I said, we're up 10 first half, have a pretty good lead, and we just have to have that killer instinct, really just put the game away. And like I said, down the stretch, we got to hit our free throws. But today was, like Coach said in the locker room, it was a gut check. I mean, we walked away with an ugly, gritty win, and we'll take it and we'll learn from it.
For either player, one of the biggest stories in the sport this week has been the point shaving stuff at other schools. I was curious if you've talked about it amongst yourselves or as a team or anything like that.
No comment, sir.
Thanks, guys. Let's get back to the locker room. Bring Coach Hurley up. Good job, Silas.
That was one of the next questions. Hey, how you doing, man?
Coach, you want to take an opening statement?
Yeah, just, ultimately, I think we just coming in 6 games in 13 days, 6 Big East games. Is this like a kid's chair? I feel like I don't need to be in like a Phil Jackson chair, but like, what the fuck?
They have tall coaches here.
That's right. So, yeah, I mean, I just, for us, just the amount of respect you have for Ed, and, Ed is one of the best coaches in the game, and just how different of a team they are with Big Vincent in there. They're very, teams are very fortunate to play them without Big Vincent in the game for them. Gives them, obviously, a starting caliber, high major center. It allows Julius to play, backup minutes, a talented young big, and I think they're a much different team, with Vincent, in there. And, I just thought for us, we willed it, we gutted it out. I thought we obviously got off to a great start. Silas getting foul trouble in the first half, which again, he's had this addiction to it, that he's got to go back into fouling rehab. And that hurt us in the first half. I thought we were playing really well. He got the fouls. I had to sit him, and we lost our rhythm there. But just thrilled to be able to get to 18-1, get to 8-0. We knew it was going to be tough.
Mike's back there. Yeah, we'll see if
Yeah, Dan, I forgot what I was going to ask. Yeah, I mean, does this kind of show how, obviously Georgetown's 1-5 coming to the game, and Providence wasn't. Just show how tough it is to win in this league on the road. I mean, against even teams with not sterling records have struggled.
I mean, they're top. Again, with Vince in there, they're probably a top 60, top 70 team. Their metrics get screwed up when you lose your starting center, especially a starting center that has those capabilities like that. That wrecks, like that wrecks, a bunch of games for you. And so playing them with him is much different. Now, what sucks for us is like, that's not a quad. Was that a quad 3 game? That was a quad 3 game? I mean, that's a quad 3. Like this whole metric system and all the shit with that. Conference games are hard. no matter what, especially when you're playing against an Ed Cooley team. And again, a team that now has their starting center back who changes their team so significantly. And you could see it at Creighton, and you could see how much, they were right there to win that game. They're a much different team with him.
And I know you said in the past, you like if guys have bad shooting nights, they get out of the way. Hopefully, it's the next night they're better.
Not all together in the same night, though.
Well, but the
free throws did it today at the same night, though.
For Alex, Solo, Braylon, and Silas, of all 4 people to go 2 for 8 over the final 2 minutes from the line, is that kind of just you're not going to probably see that very often, I would think.
I mean, I hope not. I mean, I was fucking trying to jinx us. Listen, there's games like this. I think, we were able to just kind of gut this out, on a night where, again, we've got, Braylon Mullins is one of the best shooters in the country, so solo ball, and so is Alex Caraban. Those guys went to combine, 3, 4, or what the hell is that? Sucking math. No, 19. Yeah, I mean, that's, and I thought they got some really good ones. Obviously, the free throw meltdown at the end, and really what kind of saved us today is we were missing a lot, but we weren't turning the ball over. So not turning it over actually helped us, because we were able to get second opportunities. But the issues that are our team's issues, there's no perfect teams. Rebounding is still an issue for us. Taking care of the ball is an issue for us. But I don't think we should have our fan base or anyone nitpicking an 18-1 team that's 8-0 in the league. I think you should just be thrilled that you have a program and a team that is 18-1 and 8-0 in the league and ranked second in the country. Just be happy about that. Don't nitpick the players. You want to nitpick the coach. All right. But team's got a lot of growth to get better. Just we need the crowd. We need our fans. Maybe let's not nitpick the performances. Let's just when do we play? Saturday?
Saturday, 12:30.
Saturday at home we play. I want to just see an amazing crowd where you don't even have coaches or players ever having to go like that because they're dialed in from the start.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Yes.
Congratulations on the win and congratulations to the team. My name is Francisco from Cultural Sports. How important is discipline and emotional control in a rivalry game like this?
Well, listen, Georgetown, UConn, it means something. I mean, those 2 programs getting together, it's special. The history, all the great players that have played in these games over the course of the years. Every recruit that comes on campus, obviously we show them the Ray Allen shot at MSG to win the Big East tournament there, and the Big East needs. The traditional powers to be, where Ed's going to get this program. I mean, Ed is going to get this program where the Big East needs it to be and where Georgetown needs it to be. He's one of the best coaches in the country, not too far removed from National Coach of the Year, and amongst his peers, known as one of the best coaches in the country. So, yeah, I mean, we want to play high-level games for UConn, Georgetown, St. John's, Georgetown. Those are exciting games.
Congratulations on the win, Coach. Terrace had 8 offensive rebounds. What was your thoughts on his presence and the ability to give you second chance opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, Terrace, the guy's a force. He's physically, he's got the agility of a guard, but he's got the physical strength of a berserker, of a destroyer. I mean, the guy has got sick physical strength and explosiveness. And he was active on the glass. He made his free throws. Probably left a couple field goals on the table like a majority of our team did. But for us to go where we want to go, we need him to be an All-American level center.
Right here.
Thanks.
Go, someone go.
Hey, Coach. I go to
Bullis.
Yeah, I go to Bullis where Eric went.
Big Eric.
What's your thoughts on his performance tonight and then his development as he gets more crucial minutes as the season goes on?
Yeah, I mean, Eric is basically going through what Donovan Clingan did as a freshman, and that's a heck of a hard comparison to make to a young big to try to follow those shoes. 2-time champion, lottery pick, and crushing it in the NBA. But yeah, I mean, I think Eric is on a very similar trajectory. I mean, he's playing, behind and given, he's a big reason why our season is where it is because of what he was able to do when Taras was out. Now he's like the understudy to Taras, and as Taras goes out the door this year, he becomes the focal point. For us at center. So we've got a great tandem there. I thought he had. I thought he was good in ball screen defense today, and I thought he had 2 big baskets for us. He was able to give us 10 really good minutes.
Time for a few more, Joe.
Dan, obviously a lot of guys struggled to shoot today, but how do you make sense of what Solo Ball's going through this season, and is it kind of just mental at this point?
Yeah, I mean, Solo, he's been dealing with a wrist, and it's on his shooting hand. I think you're going to see, guy. It's like I think a lot of players in college basketball, or let's say a lot. Let's say some players in college basketball would not be playing with the wrist injury that he has right now. So, I'll just leave it at that. He's dealing with the wrist problem on his shooting hand, but the guy is a warrior, and I thought he made some winning plays today, driving it and digging the ball out.
Down the stretch, KJ had a chance at a 3 that would have been a tie. It looked like you guys went under. Considering that's not his strength, as a coach, were you comfortable with your guys going under?
No, I did not like that because he had made the 3 prior. And at that point in the game, you can't go under anything. And when he shot it, I just kind of turned and was starting to prepare for overtime. Usually when you make a mistake like that, but then you see the trajectory of the ball, and now you're looking to see who's on the defensive glass. So, we caught a break there. We didn't play very good situational basketball. Obviously, AK missed a 1-on-1. Silas loses Mac on that side out to give up a 3 there. I mean, it's a category called late mistakes, and today was a late mistake.
And on your missed shots in the second half, there was so much attention on Taras. It seemed like you either got the 50-50 ball or there was a foul or something. His physical presence seemed to have made an impact, whether he was the one who got the ball or not. Is this something that you've seen all season, or?
Yeah, I mean, Taras. I think for him, it's all about just motor. When he plays with the highest motor, he wreaks havoc on both backboards, and a lot of times, you've got to kind of crack down with 2 guys to block him out on the offensive glass, and now it opens up opportunities for perimeter people to sneak in there. And obviously, we had a huge play when Silas goes to the floor. First one on the floor, picks it up, throws it to Mullins, hits a 3. I mean, those are the type of plays we had to make in a game like this where it was really ugly for us.
Dan Stewie gives you 13 minutes, some really good defense there, even if he wasn't in there down the stretch. What did you see from him, and what more would you like to see from him moving forward?
Yeah, just a little bit more of a presence on offense. I think he does a lot of great things on defense, and I think there's opportunities for him to, whether plays are called for you or not, you end up getting the ball reversed to you in opportunities where you could drive a closeout, go perimeter to post. There are opportunities, I think, for him to be more assertive on offense, so that I could extend his minutes out to 18 to 20 a game. I don't want to play Alex 35 minutes. I don't, want to play, I don't want anyone over 32 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, the bench thing. Jay Ross had the hamstring. We got to get him back into that, low teens, mid-teens minutes, and Jalen a little bit more, too.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, guys, thank you.
Good job, Earl.
My man.
All right. Happy for you, man.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
Great seeing you again.
Great seeing you.
We will have Coach, KJ, and Vince.
No, the one's there now. Xavier? Yeah. That's it.
Great Big East game. You know, it's just, the one thing I can tell you is I believe in our group. I trust our group. I've seen us get better without a win. I like our competitive spirit. Right now, the ball's just not bouncing our way in certain instances. You know, you look at, I think we've lost 6 games in the Big East up to this point, of which every single one, probably with the exception of St. John's, it's the last minute, last 2 minutes, last half second. So I don't want our men to lose their confidence. I don't want our men to doubt what we're doing, because we're right there at the doorstep. For whatever reason, we're not getting over the hump. But with the competitive spirit that I'm feeling from our group, our preparation, I'm proud of our group, and I really, really believe in this group, right? I thought we went head-to-head the last 3 games in particular. We just haven't had the fortune of getting over the hump, and that takes some time. We have to learn how to win, you know what I'm saying? But I thought that was our best defensive effort since I've been the head coach here. I thought we were elite defensively, right? Again, give them credit. Like, you know, this season's indicative right now. We cause a loose ball, we cause a scrum, the ball lands right in their best shooter's hand with no one around him. I'm like, ain't that some shit? You know what I mean? Like, damn. It's just one of those, we're having one of those years up to this point. But I believe in this group, 1,000%. And right now our men are a little bit wounded emotionally. So it's our job, stay together, stay the course. We have 2 games next week, both on the road. They'll be very competitive games. They'll South Scout tonight. Villanova plays St. John's. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us. But I want our men to know how proud I am of our effort, in particular, the last 3 games. I saw us get better without the result of a win. Like, there's no consolation prize. Credit them. Caravan, I thought we did a great job on him. Ball, I thought Demery was the player of the game. I thought he controlled the game, for them in the half court in critical situations. Other than that, I thought it was a Big East game, great Big East game. If they're the number 2 team in the country, which they definitely are, 1,000% are, they should be number 1 in the country. They've earned it. Their DNA of winning really, really showed tonight. So hats off to them. We move on, pick our heads up, take tomorrow off, say a prayer for us tomorrow on Sunday, get back to it, celebrate MLK Day on Monday, and let's have a dream for Tuesday.
Hey, for either of you guys, whoever wants to answer, so what do you take away from pushing a team that has national championship aspirations to the brink?
I mean, we take away, like Coach said, I think we've been a real tough group these last few games, putting real good stretches together. I think it's just the little details that we got to do better at, it starts with me. Being one of the leaders as a team, and it just trickles down through, the whole staff, the whole organization. I think we just got to do a little bit better job of executing. But, we tip that hat to them, winning DNA. They just executed down the stretch a little bit.
And Ed talked about defensively the best game you guys had since he's been here. Just how did you guys make that work defensively?
Just being connected. We've had really good practices coming up to these games, and honestly, it's tough. The ball's not rolling our way, but we're playing hard. My guys are playing hard. We're really connecting on that end, and we know all it takes is one possession, and that's why we're playing so hard as a team, as a unit. And y'all see it, like y'all just said, they're number 2 team in the country, and 2-point loss, right? And like a lot of these games are 2 3-point losses against really, really good teams. I think we're a really, really good team. We just got to finish it,
Let's go for Ron, and then we'll go over to Marcus. And then if you raise your hand, I'll try to get to you.
KJ, you guys in the first half, I think you played like 2 different 2-3s. You switched a lot, and man, within the possession. Mm-hmm. Do you think that put them on, and randomly almost? Do you think that put them on their heels at all?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to the coaching staff and coach. Keeping them on their heels. I think that's something we, came into the game with, scouted, trying to throw them off. They execute a lot of their sets, and it takes a lot of time off the clock. So, showing zone and then going into man, we just thought it would slow them down a little bit and, make them rush. And I think we did a really good job executing until, certain few possessions down the stretch. That's, hurt us watching film back.
All right, let's go
Hey, Vince, after missing an extended period of time, are you not only starting to get into a groove individually, but also getting into a groove with getting a feel for your teammates?
No, definitely. Being out for even one game, sometimes guys lose their rhythm. So being out for 10 games, it's been a journey coming back, but it's been a good journey. My guys have been supportive of me. So I come on the floor, I play hard because they have trust and believe in me. So it's definitely been a journey coming back, but they've accepted me, and I'm just trying to learn and grow along the way, just as the rest of the guys on the team are doing the same. So.
And KJ, as players, where is that balance between knowing that you're right there and being somewhat frustrated by it, but also understanding all of the things that brought you to being right there and focusing on those things?
I think right now in the moment, after the past few games, the frustration has been a little bit more than the knowing, just because we're all a competitive group and we really want to win. Not for ourselves, but for coach and obviously the fans and the whole program. So it sucks, but we come back together as a group in practice, and we bring energy. We are excited for the next opportunity and everything, and that's all we can continue to do is just try to get better and stack these these lessons on top of each other, because that's what we're gonna learn from. They're not losses, they're lessons. So we just gotta have that bounce back mentality going into this week coming up.
Vince, that's a really tough matchup with Reed, who's physical, big. Talk about your mentality going into that, particularly coming out of the half where you really upped the aggressiveness and took it to him a little bit.
I pride myself on defense. I told myself coming to the season that I want to be a defensive player of the year for the Big East. And guys like Reed, other bigs, other teams in the conference, I pride myself in making sure the best players, the best guys don't get off. In the first half, I think I didn't do my best job. But coming out in that second half, I told myself if we want to win this game, have an opportunity to win the game, I got to do my best job and be that deep defensive player of the year that I aspire to be. So I just told myself to be more physical with him, right? Limit his old boards, how to get on the glass more, and that's what I did. Yeah.
Hi. First of all, congratulations on a well-fought game from the whole team. Coach Hurley remarked on a special history of the matchups between these two teams. So how does it feel to be a player as a part of this history?
You want to go? Yeah, go ahead. I mean, to be honest, I don't really know much of the history between both UConn and Georgetown. I'm just going to game out of game. I see a team. I try to win. History to me in that department, I don't know too much about it. Coach, you probably do. He's been in the Big East for 20 years, Coach?
25.
25 years. But I just go out there and play. I know there's certain games that we have targeted on our schedule. This is one of those games for sure. We went out there and we competed. It just didn't fall our way.
Again, for both of the players, you guys began the second half with an 8-0 run. What were sort of the seeds to the success in giving you guys that first lead of the afternoon?
I think we just came out with a total aggression. Our focus was to play physical, play team basketball, and I think it really started on the defensive end and rebounding. I think it just led to the energy and the connectedness on offense, and that's how we got to continue to play down the stretch. Not just the beginning of the first half or the second half. We got to try to find ways to put multiple of those runs together to give ourselves a fighting chance, and I think we did that tonight or this evening.
Coach, the foul by Caleb, 11 seconds to go at the end of the game. Did you get an explanation for why they took time off the clock there?
They said the clock didn't start at some particular point, and that's what took so long. That was the answer. That's all I know.
And then maybe more broadly, just a comment on kind of what it meant to have Capital One, kind of the atmosphere you had today. I know this is something you've been hoping for and looking for.
Yeah, I was so grateful to our students, the community that came out to support. I feel hurt because I, as a leader, want to win for you. I want to win for our men, and for our community. I mean, you're right there, you're right there, you're right there, and we just can't get over the hump. So as the head coach, I take that personal because I appreciate people coming out cheering our team on, and hopefully in the very near future that worm turns.
Ed, you don't see Karaman go 2 for 11, 1 for 6 on threes very often. What were you able to do defensively against him?
I mean, I've known Alex probably, if he's been in college 5 years, we tried to recruit him as a sophomore. He went to the same prep school that I went to. He didn't shoot the ball well, but you can see his leadership on the floor. Very, very skilled, talented player. Made a big three. It's not so his impact in the right corner late in the game was a really big basket for them. So he may not have shot it the way he's accustomed to, but I thought he did a really good job helping his team win.
Ed, UConn entered the afternoon. I think the best shooting team in the Big East. You guys hold them to 36% from the field, 5 of 26 from three. What was the approach and what was the execution this afternoon?
Our men. I thought our men's concentration and our preparation, like I told you, proud of our group, right? Like, you can look at our record and, have your own opinion, and I appreciate your opinion. But I see a group in practice working. I see a group in our film sessions really dialed in. And at some point, it'll go our way. So it was about our preparation. It was about our attention to detail. It was about guys understanding the moment. And again, I go back to saying the ball squirts out, our hands are on it. I think the kid is still open there with the ball just squirted to him with 3 seconds on the shot clock. You have back-to-back games here, late in the shot clock where they made 4, miracle shots, right? One floater by Ball today is indication, the other day was Green and Schwartz. Like, when you're having a year like that, when it goes good, those are the things that happen for teams that are doing well. And when you're struggling as we are right now, you're not as fortunate. So the basketball guards, they'll fall our way. But I'll reiterate this again. I effing love this team. I see a really good team. I don't see a good record, but I see a good team, and I believe in this group. And there's a lot of basketball left to be played, and I think when all is said and done, I think our guys will be where we need to be.
The ball movement against Creighton was good. It looked like it was good again today. Is this, at the beginning of the season, what you envisioned of the touches, the balance in scoring, and those things that we've seen over the last couple of games?
We had to evolve once again over the last 3 games since Vince has been back, right? So, we had to play a certain way without him on the floor. Defensive schemes had to change. Physicality changed a little bit. Length at the rim changed a little bit. So we've had to evolve once again. You start it. It's a pause, readjust, coaching, boom, boom, boom. So in that, I feel we are trending in the right direction from a chemistry standpoint, from a ball movement standpoint, to experience collectively with chemistry, where guys like, I even overheard a couple of guys say, I got to get a better shot than that, or we have to get a better shot than that. That to me was growth. So yes, we're getting there, and hopefully we continue to do that, right? Continue to do that. So I'll continue to encourage our guys to make sure we share the sugar.
And speaking of good shots, you had no timeouts left. You're coming down the stretch, down by 3. KJ gets a really, really, really good look. Without rushing, it just seemed like after so much talk about late game execution that even without a timeout, that your players executed it perfectly. It's just the ball didn't go in.
Right, and we talk about that a lot when you look at games in conference play across the country, no matter what conference, right? These games are coming down to the last 4 minutes, last 3 minutes, last 2 minutes, right? So in your preparation, you talk about not having timeouts, what you want to do, like, up 2, down 2, up 1, down 1, whatever it may be. And I thought we had just as good of a look, to tie the game, and, it didn't fall. It didn't fall. You look at all the shots that, the kid at Creighton made, goes on the road, makes one of them. It just wasn't our time. It was his time at home. It wasn't his time on the road. So maybe KJ's next 3 or 4 shots will go in.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, brother. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
I love that name.
Thank you. Games like today, environments like Capital One like today, what does that say not only about the future of the season, but also the program in general?
You know, we have to come a long way. When you look at the history and tradition of Georgetown basketball, obviously we've been battered and bruised over the last decade, right? So when you have I appreciate Connecticut coming in with the aura that they did, because some people came here to see them as well. But at the end of the day, we got to continue to do what we have to do to restore the great tradition of this basketball program. And slowly but surely, we're getting there from an infrastructure alignment standpoint. We're not there with our record yet, but there's still a lot of basketball to be played. There's still a lot of love and care within the organization. There's great relationships within the organization, between communities, between high schools, between prospects. You know, it's not just win a game and, you know, you've turned the program around. Everybody sees that from an optic standpoint of winning and losing. But when you're a true leader, the way Lee Reed and Dave Green and Joe Ferrara and President Groves and myself, there's a bigger picture to just winning the game for the people. We need to make sure we build a program that can sustain the success once we get there.
Coach, UConn only had 2 fast break points all game, and then it felt like every time the ball kind of got out, someone was back on defense with them. What do you see from the transition defense today?
Our coaches did a really good job stressing transition defense with them. You know, they're opportunistic in transition. Like, they want to run their sets. They grind you defensively. Like, they're going to get to option 3, 4, 5. You know, they have multiple stagger screens, multiple pin downs. They have a horse in the middle that can, you know, settle them down and read. You know, they're an experienced group. They're an older group, right? So I thought our men did a really good job taking away their transition baskets. When you statistically look at the stat sheet, you say, how the hell did they lose, right? I mean, you win every category except the free throw attempts, right? Except the free throw attempts. So, you know, we just got to keep our heads up, stay positive, and look forward to the next game.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you. I'll take as many questions as we can. Y'all came here. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to face the music. I'm cool with that.
Coach, Jeremiah in the first half was a real stabilizing force in my opinion.
Sure.
I mean, that's got to be his expectation going forward.
Yeah, you know, Jeremiah and I are really close to the same age, right? You know, so he has been around the game a long time. He has to. That's his job, and we told him he was going to do that. We told him before the game, you know, I'm gonna leave you out there a little bit more. I need your experience. I need your toughness. I need his leadership, and he's done a really good job the last couple of games. So we're going to need to do that as we continue to play these games. Thank you.
Coach, the biggest story in the sport this week has been the point shaving scandal.
Sure, yeah.
I was curious if you can tell us your reaction to the news in general, or specifically to former Hoya Bradley Azawiro, who never played a single game for you, but transferred out of here less than 2 months after you were hired.
I mean, I can't specifically point to whomever is involved with it. All I could point to is, like, our men and women in intercollegiate sport have to be really mindful of the minefield of betting, right? You can't do it. And at the end of the day, there is going to be, I don't know if you're ever going to beat it, right? So whatever's happening now in college sport with respect to what's happened, I really don't know much about it. I care for those young men and women that put themselves in that dangerous, you know, crocodile water and think they're going to come out of there and not lose a limb, right? I mean, some of these young men and women could go to jail, right? You know, their families, the universities are put in a really awkward position. The coaches that coach these young men and women put in an awkward position. I'm just hoping that people can be more mindful. And again, now that we can pay student athletes, you don't have to be greedy, right? You don't have to be greedy. You're just going to put everybody in a negative light and now look at everything that's coming. It's not just you, the person. It's the family. It's the people who love you the most, the people that put you in that position to play basketball. It's unfortunate, right? That's the way I would answer that question.
Coach, Dan Hurley had nothing but praise for you. He said that you're considered one of the best among your peers and not too far removed for National Coach of the Year. With your pedigree, expertise, experience, what does that mean something to you?
I appreciate him saying that. Right now, I don't think I'm doing the best possible job. I feel our players are doing a better job. I appreciate that. That seems like it was decades ago when that award was given, and that's more of a team award, coaching award for our staff. We just, you know, we got to keep our heads up right? I mean, I've competed against Danny for many years, and he's done he's really evolved as, in my opinion, the best coach in college basketball. He's done a hell of a job. 2 national championships, all the players. He and his staff do a great job selectively in the portal, identifying people that fit them. So you got to give them credit on that. It's Demery being like, I thought they did a really good job. He loves big guards. I appreciate him saying that. At the end of the day, I just want to try to be the best I can for one game at a time. One game at a time, right? Experience, like today's kid thinks they can Google everything. You can't Google experience. I've been in many basketball games, right? And again, we got to just continue to get better and better and better, right? I would take a win over an award any day.
Coach, I know it's been a challenging season, but this team has played really hard the whole time.
Oh man, have we played hard?
And
Damn.
has never quit. How have you been able to get the team to do that?
I think it's the character of the group. I think it's really the character of our men. Not giving up, not woe is me, not feeling like, okay, it's not the end of the world. This is what I do feel. We're blessed to do what we do. Like even walking around, like we've lost 4 or 5 games at home in a row in the Big East. That sucks. It does. End of the day, we have our health. We have our families. We're very fortunate to do what we do. So when you're having a season like this, lean into what we appreciate. I appreciate being a coach here. I appreciate being able to tell people I thank you and come on, let's keep fighting together. We're all in this together. Our community's in this together. It's a lot worse happening than Georgetown losing a basketball game around the world, around our city, around our community. I'm not trying to deflect anything, but my appreciation and gratitude to have an attempt to coach these young men to be better at what we do is an unbelievable honor. Unbelievable honor. Yeah, we lost. Folks, wow, we're this, we're that. You know what we are? We're blessed. We're blessed to be 9-9. We're blessed to be 1-6 in the league. Do we like it? No. But when you see us fighting like that, that's a lot to be proud of as the coach. So it could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. Could be a little bit better, but it could be a lot worse. So let's keep perspective on what we're trying to do. Sucks, but you know what? I'm going to go home, hug my daughter, get something to eat, watch some film, prepare for Villanova. That's perspective. Appreciate it.
Thank you.